Holy smokes. Mike V happy hour. Okay. Professional sailor never learned never learned to sail in calm waters. All right, it's not for everybody, all right? Anything that I say here, new, old, room, whatever you may be, it's not to impress you, it's to impress upon you. I've been doing this for 28 years, all right? It's a rental market at this point. Now okay, here we go. Here we have the room. All right, a lot of the calls work. You got to be present. Ask. Okay, go over the trades. Go over the YouTube channel. We'll go over the whole thing in a second. They're rentals. That was to put call. Hold on. Where's my room? General room. Posting less there. Posting more aggressively. Bleeding after I get the proverbial kinks out. Kava. Boy, did I freaking mess up that trade. What a hiker that's going to upset me if I'm not upset already. If you're agreed. Short-term composite. Always click images. There's it right there. 6.9. Always show my universe. What's going on here? Let's go. Let's forget all this. Let's say what Jim Cramer just tweeted out, okay? Listen, another thing. The longer a sample size out there, longer things go, the longer pros, the cream lucid breaking high, nice job. Riven breaking high, J Norm. 3 hours ago, lots of good elements lining up for a rally. Okay? Does it mean we're hitting new highs? Who knows? How long the rally lasts? Who knows? Rally. Oil's going nicely now. Housing stocks, positive all day long. Housing stocks, you ask Mike V, I show my universe. Here are housing stocks, and here are the housing stocks. General Motors, housing stocks, Lennar. It's coming up to the 50-day. Not necessarily my type of thing, 3-day up on volume. That is capitulatory volume. Let's see if it rests at the 200-day. Okay, it's not the gloom and doom at least seems over. A couple of retailers look great. Uh, uh the VFC. A minute. All right, now hold on a sec. Now, maybe 3 weeks ago, a month ago, whatever it may be, I would be a lot heavier in this. All right, it qualifies. All right, it's not a new high, whatever, showing tremendous relative strength, tremendous price action near the high anytime. Look at this is price action. When the market pulls back, strong, the market pulls back, which it did profit taking, broke to, that's positive price action. Would I be surprised if it opened up at 18? No. Would I be surprised like the aforementioned Lennar, which is acting well and maybe emblematic of at least a sectorial bottom, if you will, or stabilization in Lennar, where it pulls back different type of charts, but still the 200-day they still both have 200-day support. All right, I'm not sure yet. All right, a minute. Now everybody's on LYB. This thing, kept the rotation. Rotation's positive. Google, by the way, let's get back to Google. Google is becoming the new number one. LYB. No, I'm telling you, I'm a boomer. Me and J Norm and Gen Xers trade Olin and DuPont. Couldn't catch a bit. Now these type of stocks, hold on, with volume, by the way, much like a Clorox, nice Mike V, much like a Campbell's soup, they laughed at them. They're not laughing now. But the soup sector, buy your cream of mushroom, telling you, and it's not because it's Thanksgiving. Insider buying, by the way. I know the owners, big horse racing people. You know what took calls early on and started to let me know about signs of stabilization? I'll show you in a second. I write them down. Tesla took early calls. Hut was the first one to take calls today. Range, price action. This actually probably follows through considering the Bitcoins. This worked. This was clean too. Hut this morning. Oh, that's a bad chart. It's 1 minute. Let me go to 1 minute. Coach yells at me about 1 minute. He's right. Who trades 1 minute charts? But I was a day trader. Hut still doesn't look like a lot, but the bottom on Hut, if you will, was right here to the right, 31.60 to 35.20 to $3 what 70-cent range. Fine. I caught a couple of these nice ones too. Colgate. I'm going to go back to the boomer thing for a second. Do you know what? This was on my list. And you know what? I'm not upset I didn't get Colgate at all. I'm happy that my proverbial list for something like Colgate and as maybe complicated as things get this day to show up and said it was something percolating. I'm happy at least I got some sort of my query or universe of what my indicators. And believe me, it's not that simple, not that intricate. It led me to the Clorox. Now, there's a bull market somewhere. Is this more sign of the economy might be turning? Who knows? Whirlpool. I think Tepper took a position in Whirlpool. I love that guy. Let's look at another one. A couple of rare earth stocks. This one. Oh, yeah, okay. Now I have one more thing to say. No, one more thing to say. That's the wrong view and all the messages. That's wrong. I have one more thing to say. That's the most false thing that came out of so far today. I was more. I had a nice day. I'm more upset, not thankful, pensive, however you want to articulate it. Because this was a big, big, big money trade. I took my eye off the ball. A real big money trade. Any guesses? At least the sector. Go to the YouTube channel. A real big money trade. It's so beautifully down. It's a beautiful, oh, Lord help me. I'll tell you what it is. Channel, it's quiet in it's trading. They traded that. The else. BE. Rides with Mike V. BE. Went through this. It's a picture. I want to talk about it. Yesterday I said I'm a doctor. I look at x-rays. This I would have got sued for malpractice for not executing this. Oh, well, I swear to God, I just got sick to my stomach. All right, BE yesterday. Okay, we all know what the market did on this being Friday. Obviously, yesterday, Thursday. Duh. One of the most. Well, I'll tell you one thing though, and I'll believe me, I will remember the B story because I'm still have nauseous. Spy. All I'm hearing is one of the ugliest candles ever seen in the history of mankind yesterday with spies from high to low. 676 to 652. Okay, so all right. Now there it is. Maybe they pulled. You know what? These type of charts, Coach helps me with this. They kind of maybe reverberate or go back to the moving averages, and it's still in a trend. But there's the 50-day. You always want that 50-day at least look on through the short. But BE, there's the gap. That's where it was 95.64. Let's go to a 5-minute chart. That's where the close was. BE. Look at this. 1440 yesterday. BE at this time was 109. There's the date right here, November 20th, November 20th. Okay. So yesterday at this time, let's go to the 30-minute chart. Clear. Stock closed at 94. 94. Today's low was 76. Look at that this morning. Just amazing. It's amazing to see. There it is. 94. I turned around, it was 76. Look at the volume come in. That's a minute chart. I'm sorry, Dale. There was the weekly break at 96. I fumbled it. That was the play, the trade. In hindsight, that was the one. 96. There was the gapper right here. They even brought the other gapper at 93. It doubled down 96, 93, and you turn around. I'm going to see what I covered at 76 because I wouldn't, although I'm pretty good at that type of trade. Ugh, I swear, I'm not kidding. Actually, makes me, I swear to God, it's actually making me sick to my stomach. What a money trade that was. A 2-day range, 8 trading hours, 118.76. Man, a 2-day range. Brownie Elf. We're talking about Proctor. I'm sorry, I'm embarrassed to talk about Proctor. Anyway, keep what Kramer said in mind. All right, like I said, anybody can make money when they're all going up. Like, listen, we know who the people that were making money and doing it. Bravo. Listen, who cares? As long as you do it. You know, there are different type of people that make money when Open's going up like this, and when there's insanity going on. And Jim Cramer, the smarter people prevail, and Dale Pinker, they know what's going on. Nevada, Nvidia, selling crescendo. Even Clorox is up. Kramer, I didn't even see that. Clorox, BE. They'll be kicking the football off Thanksgiving, and it's in the air, and they'll go. Then here we go. And they'll be like B. All I hear is B. I got to learn about it. I got to study that a lot better. It was a bad trade. It was a bad miss. Real bad miss. Like Carlos Beltran looking at the last pitch to lose the World Series. And I don't do that by that often. Had a good day. Can't complain. It counts at the highs. What am I complaining about? All right. Whoa, look at that. Look how nice that is. I wish I could trade like that. Oh, you saw that? All right, let's go to the Jesus feed. It's not where they've been, it's where they're going. Well, speaking about open, whoa. I'm going to run through the feed quickly. Now, what are we looking for Friday into the close? All right. How far the put call ratio got wiped out, if it did at all. The VIX, you want to see what happened in NVIDIA, the aforementioned Google, how far these things bounced off the low. And it's basically pivots. There's going to be a lot of inside days. I bought some Baidu. The first time, you know what I did? I'll tell you. I bought Baidu for fun. I'll go right here. I'm not going to look at the screen because I'll get distracted. But I did buy Baidu. I took a dipper. I'm in. I'm in. They got me. About 800 shares for the fun. Oh, wait. I did. All right. Don't buy anything you would. Don't buy. I'm going to tell you. Whatever position you have or initiate now, it perverts 3 and change at Eastern right before the close, going into a short holiday week. Whatever you have now, be prepared to add to. Or, like I say, if you didn't own it, be prepared to say, I like it now. But, you don't want this. It's not. Sometimes it's not worth it. You know what I mean? This is when a lot of what the type of market is when your smaller positions to lead the bigger gains, the bigger losses. You know what I mean? Because the volatility is somewhat high now, and you let a loser go. God forbid the VIX abates and dies, then you're going to be sitting in a loser for a while, and probably even averaging down further. There you go. Now, says a lot to me. I don't think this is overcrowded like the proverbial AI craze in the NVIDIA chip. I don't even think it's that a flight the proverbial safety, like something made Apple and Google. All right, now I said this on yesterday's podcast, and I believe this still. I still do this more Look, you know, I don't know if anybody's going to be wanting to really put, an APLD or an iron. Or hold on. I don't know if they're going to want to be putting in an iron on the books right now. You know what I mean? So if anybody's underexposed or underachieving or whatever you want, underperforming, you know what? They're going to want to put these big ones on the books at the year end. Nobody, somebody a little bit sexier, maybe craftier. Yeah, maybe you want to buy an elf or you want to go buy an APLD, which was the one. Oh, what did I sell that thing? I'm afraid to look. I sold it. Well, I sold it right here. There's the sale. 2090. All right. It looks like it's going to be continually. It doesn't mean I don't think it doesn't mean I think it's going to be bullish into next year. Blah blah blah. I'm telling you, when the market pulls back or more, stabilizes, these are the ones that are going to want to have on the books, right or wrong. Okay. Sure, an MT might bounce. Oh yeah, guy, look at I got 10. The guy might want to buy this, gets lucky in the end of the year, a bounce and keeps some MP on the books, maybe some 3-4%. Bravo, but that's not really going to hold water. Peggy Sue. I knew there was a problem from freaking day one. And this was my buy price too. 1972 was my buy price. Oh, J Norm 72. You want to know why 1972? You know why. It's not a football player either. It's my birthday. I did get down there, thank God. That was my buy point on Peggy. What do you ask 1972 you had, Mike V? There's the weekly. 1988. Great year, 1988. I think the Cowboys won the Super Bowl that year. There's the weekly on Peggy. I thought maybe they hit the stops and people would be smart like me and I get like 1972. I had a chunker out there. But that was Peggy. We missed it. General Motors, Hasbro. Okay. Notice, I'm all over it, meaning I'm in the action. Doesn't mean I'm in them. Okay. We're in Eros and QS. Now we're bringing up freaking Hasbro, GM, and Clorox, and I'm cheering about it. It's the cream of mushroom. D-Dog. That's interesting. Okay, let's go. I don't want to get too much because I get this a paid sub. D-Dog. Okay, I get it. All right, I get it. Okay, this is what I'm interested in. Have you any questions? Wow. Have you any question? A little main screen. They're not moving that much. XPEV. XPEV. This was the robot. This was what's today's date? Oh my God. 1, 2, whatever it is. How many do? XPEV. It was everybody. There was going to be an army of XPEV robots and cars. Freaking 7 days ago, 8 goes taking over China provinces. Now what? Let the volume come in. Wow. What happened to Amazon? This was the. This was the. This was the. Oops, the new THH. We're not cursing. This is another one. This is like an airline play. I didn't listen to myself. They go for quality now. Amazon was one of them. The Google's the other one. Amazon right off that 200 day. What was I looking at? AMZU, the triple ETF. Today's low 32.15, 34.15, 34.20. That's if you get it perfectly. Not enough juice for me. I did hold that CR. You know what I held well, Lewis? Where are you? CR, CL. We had it. We still have some actually. AEO Lewis, good call. Meant to tell you. That's a good eye right there. That's a good eye. How about the Frogger? The Frogger. I'm telling you, somebody's telling you, keep talking about, who's the bull had earnings too, with the animal sector. Bull had earnings. The Frogger, man, you got to write that down. Somebody's got to build a frog position for me. Omar, are you there? I'm having an Omar. I actually have I need a position in frog. I need an option position. This is what I'm thinking about in frog now. What is this? Maybe the market pulls back. I got to build a position. Frog. What's this slow already? What's this thing? Okay. I'll probably go April, March, or March. I'll probably go March 55s, March 60s, April. March and April. Sell may go away. Make a nice run. March and April. Write it down. It's quiet out there. It's quiet out here. But you know what? For what's going on, it's a quiet. There's a lot of quiet. It's from. Okay, first of all, for those of you, let's go a couple of amenities on TradeGateHub, or if you call it Discord. Latest news feed. Get some news going. We got Jesus on here. Okay, scroll down. There you go. Hasbro has a buyer. This is the Russell. Hasbro has a buyer. There's no reason if you don't know about Hasbro. I don't have to tell you about it. Look at this. By the way, that's not bad. Coming into Christmas, by the way. At least it's going to 80 strike. Well, today's what? Look at Mattel. Look at Hasbro. Let's go to the toy sector. We're trading toys now. Who's Mattel? I think Mattel got taken over. No? Oh, no, it didn't. Nice call, AEO, Lewis. That's pure. Gap Store's earnings started the whole retailing situation got ignited, including Kava. Oh my God, it was up 6. Because of Gap. Kava. There's the one day up. There it is. Bravo. They all got you. Bravo. Nice call at AEO Lewis. That's pure. Like Venus. Okay. Now, there's a lot of things to do. Are you looking to buy Google? Are we looking to buy a freaking a Celestica in the hole? Which, by the way, is a range from 330 to 260 in 2 days, as a lot of these stocks have. How about this one? I'm going to tell you, experience paid off for this. I'm not just pure looking at this being in a scenario. That's all. It probably took me longer to learn than most because I concentrate a little bit more. It's the stock right here. Lesson. I don't care what happens today, the close. I'm not going to do much. Doesn't mean you have questions, I'll answer whatever you want. But MP, had was in trouble, had the bounce, waffled. At least it had bounces. METC, the spec, that's the spec, this. That didn't bounce. A couple of rare earths bounce. The Usar. This is a stock that held the 200-day, and I had a nice position. I'm like right here. This green thing. I'm like, oh, there it is. It should have been up. It should have been up to 21. And you know what? I didn't marry that. Now it's in big trouble. You know how long it's going to take me to get back if I was long that? I got to watch this thing the whole, then I got to, then it gets geopolitical. I got to look for rare earth news. It's horrible. Frog. Won't joke with me. I'm telling you. This is my list now. Frog, Campbell Soup, LYB, Olin back Olin. I could hear in the background, Jane Norm, a barfly. Oh, what is it? Elf fly? Elf? Brown elf. Olin, they're in the background. Yes. Oh, you don't. I'm gonna go for Olin. You know what I go for? OC. That's what I go for. Owens Corning. Not to be confused with GLW Corning. All right, let everybody go. All right, no problem. Let's go to a quick Twitter feed. You should have all your scanners. You have any questions about any scanners? I know all the scanners, queries, everything's setting up from free to literally 100 to 200 a month. Ask. This guy, look at him. He kills it. All right. Let's run down my Twitter feed for a second. The smart guys are going to start chirping. NTRA, they're all over this one, whatever it is. I never traded it. But if I see it one more time, I'm going to vomit because I'm not in it. But this isn't like the Google category. Whatever this thing is. Clear skies ahead. It's a $200 stock. Natera, great stock. Great name. Natera. Sounds like a mistress's name. Yeah, I'm going to. How do I get the fonts bigger here? I want this legend to be bigger. Show chart description, symbol interval, font size, 36. That's not good. What does that mean? I'll do it later. Let's go back to 28 in case I messed something up. I'll have a heart attack. Okay, let's go. NTRA, made my point. Cool name, great symbol, new highs, relative strength. Not in it. All these stocks, it's 252 highs today. There's your Natera. There's Johnny John. I'm in that. Ooh, daddy. I can't believe I'm actually in that winner. Biogen, Frontier, and yes, J Norm and Jose, we're in Zim. Zim. It's going to need some rest. I'm paying up for it here. Oh, you know what? Like J Norm suggested yesterday, it should be bought on dips. But this volume's good. The weekly, it's now above the 50-day. Heavily shorted, right sector. It goes with Fro. That's why I bring up Zim. So at least I'm in the right sector of a stock that's hitting the 52-week high. Natera, McKesson. A Microsoft Hammer, 180. What? A NVIDIA Hammer. Microsoft is the 200-day. Now, you want this to stabilize or pull back, or actually preferably re-break it and hold, just like Oracle did or did not. That's bad, man. That's just bad, man. I can't believe I got out of this ORCX. Pure sentiment and averaging down into zero sentiment. There you go. The retail, we brought it up. This guy's a sharp dude, Mike Zaccardi, not because he's Italian. Retail. Highest of the week, best day since May. The problem with retail is what, you ask, Mike V? Horrible follow through stocks. Don't follow through. Jose knows that. There he is, Gerard. Oh, the Santa Claus rally did start today, Gerard. You want to know why? You asked why. I'm not gonna scare you off anymore. I don't know. Maybe it does. I don't know. Listen, next week is Thanksgiving. Uh, you got a lot of people hurt from Bitcoin. Now, obviously, we are usually the people on this feed are usually a little bit impervious or to any losses dramatically in Bitcoin. It's a different type of. We do things differently here. I keep I hope it's a Santa Claus rally. I'm going to tell you something. I think it's the perfect amalgamation of these aforementioned mag stocks, Google, even NTRA, and the tax law selling to stop and the stocks that are getting destroyed. So it's a mean reversion. Glad to see you, Jordan. Hope all's well. It's an honor. OG. I'll leave it there. I'm not going to scare you off. All right, here we go. It's important. Okay. Only feed I'd ever pay for, the Wall Street Jesus feed. And this is what this says. Okay, because I get it to close. Not sure when the last update was, but this is the showing as a start of October. The sharp guys are selling. So when I see this is the major index, whenever this goes down, the blue line, the market usually goes down. See, they're selling down, selling down. So they're taking money off the table. That's what that says. I can't give too much, but that's a pretty decent indicator. And I watched this feed, a couple of different feeds for many, many, many years. Look at the Oracle drawdown. No, you know what? I'm not going to, you know what? Microsoft, now, I'm coming with an idea. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, Microsoft looking to stabilize at the proverbial 200-day with Google and Apple hanging in there. I really believe that Oracle stabilizing. I'm not saying it's going to pull a V-shaped rally, but this holding some footing is more key than actually Google at the high, if you will, because then they'll start dipping their toe in and at least trying to squeeze these other stocks. That's what I believe. That's what comes to mind now. Now, obviously, it wasn't rehearsed. I don't rehearse anything. I can't. All right, now, if you wanted to see something at the close, besides coach's opinion, look for one of the best futures trader out there. Very few would disagree. Okay, closing update. 150 point squeeze today. Get your levels at. Everybody, I can do them for you. All you have to do is draw a pencil and go to the ES, and there are your lines. 6542 support. Draw the line. Wow, they came off nice. Look at these bastards selling off into the close. This is beautiful. Well, it's coming in hard. Am I long something? What happened here? Elf. Wow, they're coming in hard. Okay, let's go. They came in hard. Last I looked, the SPYs were up 9. Gap Stores Animal. Tava. There's the down tick. UNH. CNC. How about this ARQT? I'd be in a different tax bracket with this thing. This is the strongest freaking stock. This makes Natera look like Bank of America. Amazon holding this. These other stocks that I'm showing you, these CRDO, APLD, NBIS. Was NBIS? These are rentals. Rent these things. Rent them. SCDG. How about this? What a horrible trade. I shorted this at the top today. First of all, no, please do me a favor, okay? I didn't make it up. I've seen so many people be successful and start with this as a base of a foundation. If you are going to short, all right, the easier money, and believe me, I've done everything short with stocks under the 50-day moving average. Don't remember me. Never remember anything else. I did short SCDG. I was taking a position here and I covered it poorly. Now listen. I'm not smart enough to know if these Cloroxes, if it's tax loss selling is over, if they're buying some sort of the value along with DuPont and stocks like that as the other ones pull back, rotating money. Like I said, there is a lot of strength in tech. Smart guys are taking money off the tables. A lot of nice range volume. You got to do a little bit of homework. I'll tell you one thing. There's a lot of styles of trading naturally. I think the long-term holds can actually have something to hold on to or start building and look forward to. People taking intraday moves like myself, including more money on the open instead of taking these swing trade positions and going through a little bit more pain. I don't think the swing trading's right here, even if the counter rally lasts 1 to 3 days, and then, you know what I mean? Just know your style. If your style is, starting to look for value or starting to build tremendous relative strength, like Gerard, I'm going to tell you, Gerard, I know Gerard, you'd be in Google right now. Actually, Gerard likes Fizzler. It's not bad, by the way. We're all over the place. But you know what? The market pulled back, whatever, that three handles. There was the VIX. The VIX really went anywhere. Where's the VIX long term now? All right, now if that was a chart, what are we gonna do? Double topper? All those short-term moving averages are sure scrolling upward nicely, bullish at least for obviously the long-term trend. It's bearish, but if it breaks that double top and you have another shock of that proverbial 1 to 2 3 dead cat bounce. Whoa, say that 3 times, and then if it goes up and that volatility breaks higher, it's a different story. So be aware of the environment, right? Maybe the VIX pulls down a little bit. Beautiful, still bullish, still going to be volatile. All right, know your style. It's been an honor. Thank you, Jose, TradeView Markets, team behind this. If you didn't make your money now, you're certainly not going to make it in the last half an hour, right? Go back to the channel. Let us know what we could do. Comments, questions, suggestions, always welcome. Mike V, it's an honor.